morning, comrades. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Nürburgring. And as promised yesterday, today we, namely George and I, are going to be talking about the Cupra. It's part maybe a bit comical because I actually just came back from my very first test lap. Well, actually it included 2 test laps because like 1 lap and after that I did the out lap. I'm going to talk about it in a bit. Also at the end of the video you will see the actual full lap because it was a Destination Nürburgring track day. So including the main straight, all the top speed, woohoo! But now first of all, let's do an actual walk around the car and see what has been done to it, because of course we've been covering the progress over the course of the last almost half a year, I would say by now, and showing you bits by bits, installing the cage, the seats, the wiring, race navigator, all kinds of things. But now it's all back together, and as mentioned, of course, we did the first lap. So hello George, first of all. Yo. So let's get it quickly done because we have actually TF in a bit, in 15 minutes. So, Cupra, first of all, are you satisfied? Because you also did some laps yourself and there's going to be a video on your channel.
Almost, yes.
Yes.
It's very good, all bar. Obviously, like, this is why we're testing, is to find the small problems and whatnot.
And this is why we are honest. We're not going to be like, oh, we're going to drive it for half a year and they're like, hey, here it is, a perfect car. No, we take you along the journey, how it actually is.
Unless it's something that's been tried and tested and you're using the parts straight out of the box, then there's no chance.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
So the only thing that I can really say as a downside at the minute is the spring rate's too soft on the front.
Mm-hmm.
Spring rates change. You
exactly.
change these all the time. Change the spring rates on the M2, so it's always changing, stuff like that. When you're testing. So the spring rates on the front are the downside as such.
That's a pretty badass Ducati. I think it's a Ducati. Sounds it by the clutch sound. But in any case.
Anyway,
yeah.
Sidetracked. So yeah, the spring rates on the front too soft. Probably a little bit of anti-roll bar fine tuning as well. Might not go amiss when that's changed, but other than that, it's okay, it's good.
Exactly.
The brakes are obviously the old brakes, and when it was a rental, I don't want to put the new ones on just yet, because...
What do you mean by new brakes? Because we're already running MA45Bs, right, or not?
Oh, no, these are the old PFCs.
Oh.
I didn't want to change over to the new ones yet, because we have new disc and pads to go on all round, endless pads obviously.
Okay.
So it was pointless to change them now for the initial testing.
Yeah.
Because you want to dial the suspension in first before, and then we'll go on to the bigger brakes, and you can fine tune the suspension.
Okay, so let's walk around the car to show what we've done over the course of the last few months. Most importantly, underneath the hood there's not much to see, but hey, we have installed air catches. Big shout outs to our neighbor Philip.
Yeah, Philip was a big help with this.
Yeah, so he installed the front
to start
and the rear.
cutting body panels, so
the engine is stock because it needs to stay stock for racing regulations, but as shown last year on the dyno, it has excess of like 300 horsepower, so 310 something on wheels already, so it's more than enough. Then we see here the suspension, GRZ RS
just
Pro.
Just note that these are only temporary, just for anyone who's wondering.
Yeah, okay.
We've got brackets to go in.
Yeah, we have brackets coming on, 3-way adjustable suspension, so high speed, low speed compression and rebound. Then, that's it.
Obviously emergency on-off switch for RCM rigs up there.
Very important.
Nice washer behind it, so that's all nice and stiff in the panel.
Yeah, we just need to install a sticker there to show that it is.
Graphics are coming, so
yeah,
because we're not going to run it without a livery. That's just
then,
silly.
On the front, brakes we need to replace, so we're going to run stock discs, right?
So it'll be OEM discs for now, unless someone wants to get in contact and do us some deals.
Yeah, deals, brand deals.
on some discs at work. Maybe gyro disc. I know the gyro disc works pretty well on...
Yeah, on the red Cupra, on Rob's Cupra.
Exactly, so I think maybe that could be a good avenue to take. Maybe we'll have a look, we'll see.
Yeah.
Stock calipers, they work really well. Hey you want to come and get involved? Come in, sit down.
Because we're talking about tyres and stuff. She loves doing tyre pressures. Getting sidetracked, as always.
And then Endless, we'll start with Endless MA45B, and then we'll see how they are. I mean, obviously they're good for TF and they're good for what we normally use them for. Who knows, RCN might be a little bit more, might be a
demanding.
Better, different. Yeah, exactly. You might need a different compound.
Yeah.
But we will run an Endless pad regardless. They work.
Yeah.
That's it.
Absolutely.
So yeah, there's that. Obviously now a 265 front AR1.
What's the stock size?
On 235.
235. Okay, well, quite a significant.
It's a 19
change.
As well.
Yeah, we're running, of course, some camber, otherwise you would never fit it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's running roughly around -3 degrees of camber. It's going to change a little bit because we're obviously setting the car up. So
yeah.
But yeah, that's roughly what that
wheels.
Is. Pro Track
to fit it.
18-inch, 9.5J on the front.
Stud conversion.
Studs, yep, obviously.
Very important. That's it, I guess, regarding the front. While we're speaking about the wheels, let's talk about the rears.
So the rears are actually 9J. Same, almost the same. They're on a 255. We will be going to a 245, and we'll be running a 9J square because.
So it will be
the
staggered setup.
Yeah. Well, no, it will be a 9J, but a tyre staggered setup. Yeah. The reason why we run it like this is because we couldn't get the wheels in time for last second changes. So we just decided to run it staggered to get to and get everything in the papers and all good.
Discs are stock, just like the front.
OEM discs.
Pads.
These are PFC pads again, but again we'll be running the endless. We have them ready to go in. So.
Okay.
Which I just wanted to see these pads off because as you can see they're quite low. So
yeah.
I wanted to see them off on testing.
And I'll save the interior for the last because there's quite a lot going on there. We have Miltech exhaust I showed previously, and as you can see I did the Robert Kubica with it. Woohoo! Melted the bumper. Well, also you a bit, because he drove it as well. So, in any case, more aero catches on the rear, mandatory by
also
regulations.
A bit of a pain.
Yeah, big shout out to Philip.
This was, someone made the brackets for us. Ross at Race Engineering made them for us, because obviously we don't have a welder or anything in house or anything, so he done them. Cool. Really nice bits of welding. He does some really good stuff. Just need to powder coat them, but that's another job for another day.
Helmet, bag.
Yeah, so OMP. It's not in yet because I'm just trying to work out where to fix it because the floor's ripply and it's a bit of a pain.
JRZ, RS Pro,
obviously Jazzy,
three-way.
yeah.
Then from here we can see the status cage very nicely. We already shown it multiple times. And over there, RN Race Navigator Pro device. Well, we're gonna go look over it in a bit
Which
more
is
detail.
literally hardwired in now. So
yes,
it's all into factory loom. You wouldn't even notice that the loom is like not factory.
Yeah.
With all places it runs and stuff. It's all
and
good.
finally, the interior. So the DoorCards, we might have featured them like occasionally, one of the vlog randomly, did not emphasize on it. Very good job. So we got a carbon fiber sheet, brought it to Zim Speed. They did the cutout. First you did the mold.
Yeah, we done the templates.
But they did the laser cut.
They laser cut. So I supplied them the templates and they laser cut all of this out for us. Because it's well, I don't know if it was laser cut or hand cut. It looks like it's been done by a machine. Yeah. Excuse me. It looks like it's been done by a machine. It's such a nice finish.
I like also how the holders, the mounts are here.
Yeah, again, that was Ross. Ross that done that for us.
Very nice.
Nice little plate.
Interior, we're running Ricardo SPGs.
Yep, SPG XL.
Yeah, although I feel kind of big in there, but yeah, that's how SPGs are. Carbon Tech footplate, footrest. Very nice piece of equipment. I enjoyed it a lot during my lap. Steering wheel, stock, not necessary to change anyway.
We'll probably get it retrimmed at some point.
Yeah, we'll put some Alcantara on, but it's fine. It's not as like big and massive and heavy that it requires changes. Plus, it gives it sort of like OEM plus look and feel. Short harnesses.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We do have a different harness that goes in, which is the road legal version.
Yeah.
Obviously, on a track day, we changed it over to this one, which is
This is for the race.
Exactly.
The twisty button, and for the road legal one, you need to have a push button, which we already have because the car already passed TÜV. Actually,
we changed them over today to the track day. So.
For the track day spec, that's pretty much it regarding seats, and you can still see my helmet there with Hans' device. Fire extinguisher, not a fire suppression system. We were thinking about it, should we do it or not? First part, maybe cost, but already the project has costed already so much that it wouldn't actually matter cost-wise. The biggest reason why we didn't do it is because it will still be a rental car. And when you have a rental guy coming in and pushing a button, which is a fire extinguisher button, and assuming it's a start button, then you have some troubles. Very old subscribers know that 5 years ago a similar situation happened when I was in Le Mans. In any case, not going to go too much over it, but this was just basic reasoning why we decided against it.
It's more as well, everyone would say, oh, why don't you just label the button and put a lock on the extinguisher? Right, well, if someone doesn't put the pin back in the extinguisher for some reason,
exactly,
fair. The label on the button, yeah, that's also fair, but we've also tried to keep it as clean as possible without putting stickers everywhere. And I mean, it's self-explanatory, it looks pretty clean. Yeah. Which I'd like to point out as well, that the emergency off button, we had a piece 3D printed by Tim actually. Tim's company's Effect Simulations. He can 3D print some small pieces, so we had that custom made by Tim. One of Ian's friends from Capricorn done the design for us. I done a rough template. Design. He come and measured. and then Tim cut it for us.
Very cool.
But it's very cool because it fits in there like
yeah,
almost
it's
perfect.
as if it's like stock look. Then we have a safety net, again required mandatory by regulations, that plugs in here, so you will not get your arm out of the window in case of an impact.
Zero noise.
Zero noise, yes, in a bit, but I want to show actually the push to talk button here, which we decided would be better to have it here, because then we can actually grab it here while we drive and push and talk on the radio. The zero noise communication system, which runs on SIM card device, which runs via SIM card, so it's basically more or less like a phone connected system, so we can have connection with the pits. That's pretty much it. Then we have, it's disconnected because the other one...
It's because the ignition's off. That's still running on battery life, so it's just,
okay.
It's because the ignition's off.
Yeah.
You have to give it a minute.
Well, save the best for the last, because this is going to be the device that will show you the actual video. Race Navigator Pro. I rent Pro for the N24 for Dacia, because basically you can record 30 hours straight in HD, and full HD is going to be not 9 hours with the hard drive that you have on it. And the issue with GoPros when you're racing, like every race I did except for this year, because it's been a pretty cold season, GoPros would survive. But anything once you start going above 20 degrees centigrade, then the GoPros overheat, and that's it. You might be able to record one lap. On my 2019 season, stop eating rocks, leave it.
Hey,
come here. Come. Sit. Come here.
She's like, I'm on camera. Nah.
Camera shy, huh? Well, we know that you can do all the tricks. Yes, in 2019 I even had cases where I would line up to the start-finish line or to the start the race, and the GoPro would switch off because it would be already overheated. Race Navigator has been proved to actually withstand all the heat, and it runs, it's like powered to the car, so it's hardwired, and you will not have like too little power, too much power, no such thing. Basically, it works great. It works on GPS. It shows you the speed. It shows you everything. You can do very extensive analysis, and I'm very excited to work more with the device and tell you more later on. So in case you have any questions, but by now I think you're already tired of me talking about the car. But I think we covered pretty much everything, right?
More or less everything, yeah.
More or less everything. So enjoy the lap. One final thing, as George said, the spring rates were too soft. And this is something that he told me when he got out of the car. He said, hey, it's too soft, take it easy. So once I went on my first lap through the Tiergarten compression and you hit the bump stops, they're like, yeah, it's kind of too soft. So the lap that you will see is obviously my first lap, all the driver excuses, and you will see that I'm taking easy, going through some places, staying off the curbs.
You literally can't send it.
It's the first lap ever. So
just put it this way, the spring rates that are currently on the front are the same as on my Starlet, which weighs roughly 500-600 kilos less.
Exactly. All I want to say, I know that 90% of you are already aware of how things work, but some people might end up randomly on the channel and going to be like, oh, why is it so slow? Why is it so weird line? Oh, why are you taking the wet line? I was not doing a wet line, but you know what I'm getting at. Anyway, enjoy the onboard, enjoy the video. I really like driving the car. I'm looking forward to fix this spring rate issue, and then go out more laps.
Tristan, if you're watching, peak, brother.
Yeah.
Big laps before you. Oof.
Yes. Ooh.
No, he's cool. He knows the deal.